Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Mr. Buddy here, and today I'm going to be doing kind of a bonus sort of video where I'm going to be sharing my Pokemon Settei collection with you guys. Now you might be thinking, Mr. Buddy, what on earth is Pokemon Settei? Well, Pokemon Settei, or really just any kind of Settei in general, is a Japanese word that means setting material or production material, and as you can see right here, this is a perfect example. Settei is kind of a reference that artists working on really an anime or a cartoon pass around to each other to ensure that everything is being drawn on model and with the right references and stuff in mind. So right here, you can see, I believe this is a Gen 1 Settei for Nurse Joy. And you can see right here, you have Ash, otherwise known as Satoshi. You have Brock, who I don't know his Japanese name, forgive me. You can kind of see that, this piece of Settei is giving you a height comparison. So obviously Nurse Joy is going to be a little bit taller than Ash. And then Brock is, his hair matches with her hat. And so then you can see it from the side and you get kind of a model reference. And really the point of Settei is for artists, is for animators, all the different animators working on an animation to really draw something on model. So the main artist will draw a piece of Settei like this, and then they'll make photocopies and pass it around to all the animators working on a show. Now, I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but like production art or concept art like this, oh, I love it so much. I think it's so cool. So when I learned about Settei and really all of these sheets that animators pass out in Japan and that you can actually buy them, it's not the originally drawn sheets. It's actually, these are just copies that people sell. I was like, I love this so much. And so I started a pretty big collection of Pokemon Settei. So yeah, basically today I just wanted to go through, talk a little bit about this stuff. I'm sorry, I'm doing this script list. You're gonna hear a lot of ers and ums here. I'm working to get better. It's so hard. So just wanted to show this off to you guys. I love Settei. I love early concept art and stuff. Pokemon, please make an official art book. Alright, with that terrible intro out of the way, and hopefully I didn't scare anybody off, and hopefully it all makes sense. Let's just kind of flip through some of these pages, yeah? I'm not going to go through the entire thing, because, I mean, look at that, that's insane. But I wanted to go through a few pages, kind of show you guys what it's all about, and I don't know, I just think it's cool seeing, like, early production art, if you will. So right up front, we have May from Generation 3. Pretty cool. I've always liked May's design. Not my favorite Pokemon trainer design. I'm sure you guys can guess which one it is, but, yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. You get some good expressions in, like, the early Settei like this. They usually do it in black and white and just do the line art so that you can actually see, like, the shadows. Because shadows in the Settei and the reference art is very, very important. You'll see a lot of other Settei where they actually, like, have the X, meaning that don't do this with the shadows. You'll see it. So let's keep it going. We have a clown. I believe this is from the Manaphy Pokemon movie. You'll see a lot more Settei from this movie here. I want to say this is the Pokemon Ranger dude. Jack Walker. I should not remember that name, but I do. So, yeah, really cool. I mean, even for something as crazy as this clown, which is only seen in, like, maybe 3 minutes of the movie, if that, like, they still draw Settei for him. They still draw kind of this reference art. Really cool. We have Max, of course, probably my least favorite character in the Pokemon anime. Not a fan. I'll give it up for the expressions. They're good. I mean, he's crying right now because of what I said, but he'll get over it. Really good. One thing I should note, I don't read or speak Japanese. I know a little bit of hiragana and katakana, but I don't know enough to even begin to decipher what is being said. So if you're looking for me to answer questions, I don't know. I just look at the pictures. Oh, here we go. Pikachu. I can read that. Pikachu. So neat. I love that that one especially, because there's a few times where I feel like Pikachu has done an expression like that, but yeah, I don't know, really cool. I love that they even have so much detail going into Pikachu's eyes, even though half the time in the anime, you never get close enough to see a shot or a frame of that. You also see his mouth, a rare look at the inside of Pikachu's mouth with his teeth. Another thing you don't see a ton of. Right, we got Corsola. Some of the expressions they have are so good. Look at that. If I saw Corsola making that face at me, I'd turn the other way. It's ridiculous. Evil Corsola coming at ya. We got Clamperl here. I'm sorry, I'm going to flip through a couple of them. There's a few interesting pieces I want to get to. We've got one of the helicopters from, I'm assuming once again, the Manaphy movie. Could be wrong. There's an interior shot of it. Pretty high-tech helicopter, all things considered. One of the pods from the Manaphy movie. I want to say that... I can't remember when it's used. I think it's like they're floating around the Atlantis-based area in that. I might be wrong. Some expressions for like the pirate leader dude. Cool stuff. So here's some more references for some random generic characters in the background. I don't think they get like the full, you know, like front shot, side shot stuff because, you know, a lot of times these are characters that you don't really need a ton of consistency for because they're just like background extras when like Ash and his friends are running around a city doing whatever. Going to battle a gym leader, fight Team Rocket. Some Starmie reference. I really like kind of the eye they have for it. Really gets into a lot of detail. Some Poliwag stuff. You don't really get to see him like in the water so much, but I think it's cool that like when he moves, you have kind of a bubble trail going behind him. Pretty neat. Love Disc. I mean, even simple shapes, you know, you gotta have some kind of Settei, yeah? I feel like you could just tell an animator to draw a heart shape and they call it good, but I guess you need something. Angry Love Disc is amazing. Pikachu Walk Cycle. Neat stuff going on here. Then we have a cycle from the front. It doesn't really strike me as a walk so much as it is like a trot, if you will, or like a skip. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Then you see it from like the front. Pretty neat. So yeah, you have frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you put those together, you could make something really awesome. We got Pikachu's like full-on run here where he's like actually on all fours going fast. There's kind of another angle of the run. Really neat to see like how they draw him at an angle, you know. I'm pretty sure this one and the previous page are like kind of the same run, if you will, but like from a different angle. So really neat to see. There's another run from all the way behind. Here's one of my favorites, kind of seeing the actual sort of process of like Pikachu doing, I want to say like his Thunderbolt or Thundershock animation. Sure, somebody's going to correct me, but I like that, you know, when he actually does sort of that, when power's like coursing into him, he sort of loses a little bit of detail there. I think that's kind of a neat touch. And then, of course, he blasts out and kills Team Rocket. Well, you know, not kill. We should be so lucky. Sorry, Jesse and James, but... Alright, now we're actually getting into a different Pokemon movie. This is the Diamond and Pearl movie that features Darkrai. Once again, I don't remember the name of it exactly, but this is the one where you have her. I am blanking on her name, but she's kind of befriended Darkrai, so you actually get to see sort of a model sheet of her, different angles. For design, pretty cool design. I like this one a lot because it's actually like, I'm assuming the lead artist or character designer actually sketching out different emotions for her, which is neat. We have another emotion sheet of her. Kind of some eye reference too. I'm not sure if it's like a specific thing like she's looking at when her eyes do that, or if that's just like in general her eyes are supposed to look like that up close. I do not recall. We've got our boy Meowth coming at you. You can see how expressive he is too, which I think is really, really neat. I've seen all these expressions at various points in the anime, which is really, really neat to see. Then we have another version of Meowth, you know, just some more expressions. We actually get a little bit of a size sheet there with like Pikachu, Ash, Jesse, and then Meowth. So he's a little bit taller than Pikachu, but he's nowhere near close to like actual human size. We have Wormadam reference, the one Pokemon that I always forget exists, Wormadam and Motham. Fun times. Next up, it looks like we're getting into a different Pokemon movie, I know the name of it. I think Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, where you have Ash, and then you have Sir Aaron, and then you have his Lucario coming back. So this is a model of Ash wearing Sir Aaron's kind of ancestral clothing, or whatever it's called. I don't know if it has a specific name, but really cool. He has kind of the gauntlet going on. Pretty neat stuff. We have we have Brock wearing his royal traditional clothing. Pretty neat. They doing kind of the half T pose just to see like his robes actually stretch. Pretty cool. We have a generic queen who I'm assuming was shown at like the ball with everybody. We have Max in his popper clothing, which is all he deserves to have. We have some kind of old maid. I believe she was pretty important in the movie. You could fool me and say that she wasn't. Once again, I totally believe you. We have some nice concept, or not concept, Settei, excuse me. I've been saying concept art for years. I want a Pokemon concept art book, I guess. But we have some Sir Aaron Settei right here. Pretty cool. You're actually get a look at him. It's a sick design, really cool. I wish they did more with Riley in the games, because Riley and Sir Aaron's design are like, they're basically the same except for like the really medieval looking clothing. So pretty cool. You also get to see some more art of his staff. And then go in here, we have a generic Prince, pretty neat. We have May in her gala clothing. I like that they turned kind of her bandana into a bow. Like, you've got to have somebody really skilled with clothing to do something like that. I mean, geez. I once tried to tie a bandana. Ended up making a tourniquet for my arm. Fun times. We have some really, really neat looking armor for Rhydon. So this is in the movie when they have kind of that flashback of the Pokemon Wars or whatever going on that Sir Aaron and his Lucario are present in. So you actually have sort of reference of the armor that's on the Rhydon. And I believe there's some for Lairon coming up too. Some Skarmory armor. And then we actually get to see like regular Skarmory there too, which is pretty neat. Here is the Lairon with armor. And I remember originally looking at this and thinking, does Lairon really need armor? Like, don't get me wrong, it's a cool design, but I remember thinking, you know, its entire body is steel, doesn't need armor. And then I looked at like his actual normal reference sheet here, model sheet, and I realized that he has holes like all over the top of his body. So if he needs armor, like he really needs it to cover those holes, because like, you know, an enemy Pokemon shoots like a flamethrower or something in there, I'm pretty sure it dies. Like, I know that's morbid, but like, I don't think it can live. Alright, I skipped ahead once again, and I think we're now to the Destiny Deoxys Settei. So this is stuff from the actual Destiny Deoxys movie, and so if I'm remembering the movie correctly, there's a moment in it where like Ash and May and Brock meet up with kind of like another group of people, and like these twins are there. And so you can see they have actual sort of model sheets for them. You know, you might think they're really similar, but like, you know, if you kind of flip back and forth, you can see there's a little bit of a difference with like the actual hair itself. And you can also tell that this one's maybe a little more aggressive. I mean, the expression is scaring me, but there you go. So you have the two twins there. You have, I used to just call this dude Tierno 0.5, because he's long before Tierno came out, but I don't know why. He reminds me a lot of Tierno. I'm sure that's unfair to him. I'm sure he has a name and like a whole family, but you're Tierno 0.5 to me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We have this dude, I believe Tori? Somebody correct me there. I want to say his name is Tori. He's the kid who befriends Deoxys in the movie. We have Chansey here. Man, some of the expressions they get. I know I said that earlier, but like, look at those. It's great. It's great. Oh, I love Chansey. It's no Wigglytuff, but it's something. There we have Nurse Chansey carting away, I guess, Pikachu. Moving on. Here is the... I love this sheet so much. I put it in my thumbnail because I think Chikorita, or more specifically, Ash's Chikorita, might be the most expressive Pokemon in the anime. Okay, alongside Pikachu and Meowth, but like, look at this range of emotions. You have worried, you have yelling, you have happy, you have kind of like, you know, whatever. You have sad and crying, you have struggling, you have just upset, you have angry. It's, oh my, it's so good. It's so good seeing like all these different emotions planned out and kind of just turned into a reference sheet like this. It's amazing, and I love Chikorita. So good. So good. Oh, that's it. Okay, so then we have kind of a nice run cycle for it. Then we have, what's that? You wanted even more Chikorita reference? You got it. So, oh man, not much more to say about it. I think, I don't know, you can tell that they really loved working on Chikorita, because they had no need to draw that many expressions for it and even more reference, but they did it, dang it, and it looks so good. There's Gen 1 Professor Oak. Yeah, maybe it's just like a style thing with Generation 1, but everybody looks so square and stiff all the time. Like, I have a feeling that like when Professor Oak drops like a book or something and he bends down to pick it up, his body just probably snaps in half. That's the feeling I get when I look at his design. I'm not an expert designer, and maybe I'm being too nitpicky, but I don't know. Something about the early Gen 1 art kind of gives me that vibe. But then like his facial expressions are really good though. Like those look great, very expressive, very good. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being too nitpicky. Here's some really cool reference. So this is what different Pokeballs look like when they're being kind of spun or thrown, I guess, in the anime style, where, you know, I guess it's like the original opening, but like when Ash throws his Pokeball, it spins like so fast that it kind of like blurs and distorts and stretches just a little bit. And yeah, you can kind of see what different Pokeballs look like when they're thrown. I couldn't tell you the names of the Pokeballs. I'd probably need to see them, you know, not quite distorted like this, but I'm sure you guys can tell me what these all are. It even shows like which way they're being thrown, so like that way. Oh, it's super cool. So neat. Here's a cool size chart for like Ash and Jack Walker and a bunch of different Pokemon here. You can kind of get a sense for how big they are comparatively. Wailmer is freaking huge, man. Oh my gosh, I feel like Wailord is... Actually, I think I can see a little bit of Wailord. There it is. Oh my... Okay. I need... He's huge! I don't know what I expected, but like, you know, comparatively, like, Wailord, he is huge! Wow. Insanity. That is insanity. Alright, now I'm gonna have to end off here, but I just wanted to show off this awesome piece of Swablu Settei, because it's so cute! It's so good, look at that! You can actually see, like, how it would fold up and kind of make almost a nest for itself. And I think it looks good. I don't remember if that's ever happened in the anime, but I think it looks very cute, and, well, I'm not gonna end off on Max, so we will end with Swablu. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will have better videos, more scripted videos coming next week. I'm sorry, I made a big mistake in calculating everything this week with time and production and stuff, but hopefully you guys enjoyed my Pokemon Settei collection. I don't know, if you want to see more, maybe I'll do like a part 2 where I just show off more stuff. Chances are I've probably really edited down the video, because I've been doing this for about an hour in real life without cutting, so I'm gonna try and cut it down to like 10 minutes if I can. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.